You're listening to Fast Facts, Ask the Expert with Tom Viola. Listeners, welcome into Fast Facts, Ask the Expert, joined today by Tom Viola. Tom, thanks for being here.
Andrew, thanks. As always, it's a pleasure working with you, buddy.
I'm giggling already starting this one because it brings up so many happy, fun memories of a TV show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And in this, Charlie Day's character is notorious for huffing paint. And so on today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about just inhalants in general, glue, paint thinners, paint, like all of the different things. I'm sure I'm leaving out a whole grouping of things.
Yeah.
But what are people looking for when they're using it? What are the dangers there? What are we supposed to be looking for in our patients that are doing these things?
So inhalants are a breed apart when it comes to drugs that are, I can't even really call them drugs, substances that are used illicitly. The main thrust of why people use inhalants is for the mental stimulation, because it causes a loss of inhibition. But in following the theme we've been talking about so far with the last two drugs, it also causes memory impairment. So again, it's sort of a dissociative in a way. You can dissociate from your environment, walk away from whatever's happening at that moment, and just go on a complete tangent where not only do you not really know what's going to happen next in your mind, but you're completely detached from what's going on around you at the time. And so again, I hate to use the word because not many people would say that this is the right word, but I look at it as escapism. You're walking away from whatever is going on at that moment in your life. So it's that complete detachment. Now, the problem with inhalants is there's so many different kinds, it's hard to pinpoint one. So for example, like you said, paint, right? Paint cans and that kind of thing. But you might even remember kids huffing, the stuff that they sprayed on their keyboards, the compressed air to clean out their keyboards, right? They did that for a while. And now, I'm not trying, this is not a one-on-one.
I'm so naive, man. I'm so naive. Yeah, this is not a tutorial, everybody. Don't do these.
Don't try any of this at home, okay? But even things like liquid paper, correction fluid. So like in my day, when you had white stuff on your nostrils, it was cocaine. Now it's whiteout. You're like, what's going to happen next? I don't. And even like magic markers, expo markers. Funny story about expo markers. When they were first introduced for whiteboards, they smelled like wet socks. And people couldn't stand the smell, so then the manufacturer made them with scents: cherry, strawberry, licorice. And then people started to get hooked on the smell, and then got hooked on the marker. So it was, it's such a wild thing that anyone can use any inhalant. There were the nitrites, like butyl nitrite, which was known as Rush or Bolt for a while, amyl nitrate, which were known as poppers, which people used, sometimes because they had erectile dysfunction, and even butane, propane, and even in dentistry, when nitrous oxide. I mean, we, in my day, we called them whippets because nitrous oxide was used as in canisters to help make whipped cream in commercial settings, to fluff up the cream, almost instantly with the nitrous oxide. So all of these inhalants have been around, and more continue to be discovered, if you want to call it that, every day. But what I'm concerned about is the effect is caused by blood oxygen depletion. And there have been those cases of people who've died of suffocation because they did too much of the inhalant. And then peripheral neuropathies, so now you lose the feeling in your hands, you lose the feeling in your feet. Some people have said they've lost their hearing. So there are ways to dissociate, but this may be in my opinion, the one I'd probably avoid the most.
Do you think that people are going to try to think like the lasting effect of such a thing? So we'll go back to the whippets thing. Are they going to, huff something in their car and then come in for their dental appointment, or do the effects not last that long?
Well, nitrous doesn't last that long. But no one's really ever published a study on this, but I think there may be the issue of some type of resistance to the effects long-term, although I don't really know that for sure. Again, that's mostly, anecdotal. But I think that the blood oxygen depletion and ultimately neuropathy peripherally, but maybe also centrally, and I don't know if I'd want to take that chance with my brain cells. I think, honestly, what they say, even alcohol can destroy brain cells. I don't know if I'd want to go down that road. I just don't think the juice is worth the squeeze, so to speak. Like, you're you're going to great lengths to get this momentary or a few minute, dissociative effect. But what are the long-term ramifications? I don't think it's worth it. Again, far from for me to say, because I'm not in each individual's shoes and haven't walked a mile in them. But to be honest, there's got to be better ways that you can address anxiety, depression, and other psychiatric disorders other than doing these things.
Thanks again. This has been great. If anyone want to reach out and ask you more follow-up questions about these things, how can they find you?
Anytime, my friend, at my website, tomviola.com, and anywhere on social media at Pharmacology Declassified.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, sir.
All right, listeners, that is our show for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to reach out to all of our guests. Give us a follow on social media. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you have a minute, head over to our website and sign up for our newsletter. All right, we'll see you on the next one. This has been a production of Endeavor Business Media, a division of Endeavor B2B.